Hey there my meaty friends, in this video I'll be making breakfast pot pie. The idea came to me when I was thinking about remaking my chicken pot pie video. Meat in a sauce with a pie shell is what a typical pot pie is, and why not do the same thing with sausage gravy? To start, we will make the pie dough. Add 3 ounces of pork rinds along with 4 eggs to a blender or food processor. Blend this until those 2 ingredients are homogeneous. Get this out of your blender and set it aside while we prep these tasty innards. Place a pan over medium heat along with a couple tablespoons of butter. Crack in 3 eggs. You can cook your eggs any way you want, but I wanted some marble fried eggs this time. Simply pop the yolks and spread it about. Season this with a little salt, then give them a gentle flip. These eggs cook for about 3 minutes in total. Set these aside and let's work on our sausage gravy. In the video, I used an entire pound of sausage. You could probably get away with about half this amount, which would be 8 ounces. Either way, place this into your pan that's still set over medium heat and begin to chop it up. You just want some smaller pieces. Once the meat is about 80% cooked, or about 4 minutes, put all the meat to one side of the pan. This will allow the excess grease to run to one side, after which you should grab some paper towels and soak up a good bit of it. Leave about 1 tablespoon in the pan. Once the grease is absorbed, discard the paper towel. Now to season this up, I used about 1 teaspoon of black pepper and a half teaspoon of dried thyme. You shouldn't have to add any salt to this because porky meat is quite a salty boy. Finally, add in about a 1/4 cup of heavy cream. Stir this around and let it reduce until you have some larger bubbles to start to form. These bubbles tell me that most of the water has evaporated and what we're left with is mostly milk fat. Set this aside and we can continue on. I went ahead and buttered up a standard size muffin tin. Take about 2 tablespoons of your pie dough and add it to each muffin hole. Spread this out with your fingers. It's a good idea to grease up those little piggies as well. I just use some beef tallow. Just keep spreading until you get something that looks like this. Nice and even. Now we can add our juicy sausage mixture. About 2 tablespoons per muffin hole. You're doing a great job. Next up, you want to place about half of each marbled egg directly on top of that. And finally, take about 2 teaspoons of your remaining dough. Do some magic with it and just make it work. Seriously, here's a close-up. It's hard to describe, but all I did was place a small disc of the dough on top and gently spread it across and to the edges. You should be able to seal it. I think during the cooking process, these kind of self-seal as well, so it might not be too much of a worry. After you've gotten them all covered and sealed up, place them into an oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 10 minutes. Once they're out, let them rest for about 5 minutes and remove them from the pan. Let's cut one of these bad boys in half. I'm glad I reduced that cream as much as I did. I think these would have been a soggy mess if I didn't. These held together nicely, and as far as the taste goes, it's quite nice. The sausage gravy and the egg are the star here and kind of hide the pork rind flavor. See y'all next time.